Hello, y'all. I am so happy to be able to talk with you tonight and show you the final of the tiered tray. This is the third stage, and I'm messing with some of my brushes there right now, cleaning up brushes. I did this a little earlier, and so I'm showing you what I've done so far. Those were the 3 cutouts, and then there was the little board and base. And now what's left is the set of books, the little box frame, the cutting board, and the rolling pin. So we're going to try to incorporate all of those tonight, and that finishes up our tiered tray, all the parts. And I will leave a link for you to let you know all the items that you can get for the tiered tray or the tiered tray itself. And there I'm opening another paste because I thought I was going to paint a book, and I did, with, I believe, slate rose was the color. I was trying to get to incorporate colors that will match all the others that I've already done on that tray. So I have a forest green for the leaves and branches, and then I did the rust, and then I did the gourd in rust and our new in vogue. Let me see what that's shimmer moonlight, I believe is the name of it. And then I did the leaf in a messy style where I put several colors. I put some yellows, some rust, some greens, I think a little brown, and put those all together and mesh them together to give that effect of a turning leaf. And then the acorn I did in bark and camel. So that was all done. I did the tiered, not the tiered tray, but I did the board and base. I put Little Red Wagon on it. I believe I did. Yeah, I did the wagon on it. So that all is finished, and now I am working on painting the books. There's a stack of 3 books. They are, of course, wooden. Now this is Ocean Mist that I'm putting in my tray right now, and I'm going to do the center book in Ocean Mist, and planned, I wanted a little more of a blue, but that turned out okay. I think I did pull in eucalyptus finally after all was said and done. So what you're going to see is that I'm doing a whole conglomeration of color because I couldn't decide how I wanted it to be, the middle book and the second book, and the first book, second book, and the last book. That first one I did in the rust, and I think I left that one. Later went to the third one and tried to pull in a little more of a peachy pinkish color with that, and they turned out good. It just takes a little while to get them dry and to get all the different colors. See, I keep looking for colors. I'm using the eucalyptus. I kept pulling colors and shifting colors and changing colors, and it was just very interesting what I was doing, because I had an idea in my head, but it seems I just couldn't get it together. Now for the pages of the book, I used Dune, and that turned out just right. That turned out perfect. It was just the perfect color for tannish looking pages in a book. So there I'm taking orange peel and I thought that that was going to give me, I don't know what I thought that was going to give me. It did not give me a pink look, that's for sure. But I started the orange peel on the other book, and I felt like they were too close in color. And I wanted to change that. I didn't want them that close in color. So I keep playing around with these, and I'm looking at it and I'm saying the same thing. That is not very good looking. That is atrocious. So here I'm going back for some more, and I already have like a dozen or more jars of paste on the desk from doing all the parts of this tiered tray and deciding colors. So I think that was it was Sunset Drive. I think I pulled the color Sunset Drive out, and that's one of our colors that's going to retire. So it's kind of while supplies last, unless it's already retired. I think it hasn't run out yet. But it's kind of a peachy pink. So that's not what I'm using, though, by the way. I'm putting this color, and this turned out to be guava. I took the guava and put it over the rust to give a little more of an orangey color than the rust. So I kind of mixed them together. And that's doing like the cover of the book plus the spine, because it's the outside book. So both outside books are going to have that spectrum of pinks, oranges, peaches, that type of colors, and rust. So I dry it a little. I have to dry as I go so I can handle it, for one thing. But there you go. I decided that I wanted to just give it more. That needed another coat of paint, for one thing, of paste. I'm using paste for my paint and just thinning it with water. So by adding that other color, the guava color, it kind of toned it down a little bit. And it was also a good coverage. So a second coat was good enough to do what I needed. Again, the middle book is just the spine that I did, and that was the eucalyptus over ocean mist, and I decided to go with that, and that was fine. I'm going to set them aside a minute because I'm still thinking. I am just thinking what to do. And that's that Sunset Drive, I believe. And then I pulled that, and that went back. That was, I believe, Peachy Keen, which is not unavailable. I don't think that color is available. But at any rate, we're just pulling paste out like we know what we're doing. And my thoughts were, I'm going to get this the way I want it, and I have enough colors to do that. So I just kept working it. I'm drying it there so I can put my fingers on it and hold it, because it's a little cumbersome to do if you can't hold it up. So as I dried, I could get a better idea as well of how the coverage was going. And there's a couple of other things that I'm going to be doing that will be painting like that with my chalk paste, and I'm trying to get myself accustomed to doing that without breaking out any kind of paints. And I have chalk paint, but I don't have all the colors, clearly. I doubt anyone does. But the paste goes on nicely, and it dries quickly and gives good coverage. So that's why I'm using it. And it doesn't take much. When you water it down, you've got what you need and you don't have to worry about it. So now I'm going over, I'm using that Sunset Drive for the other book. And that gives me a little bit more of the pinky peach color that I was looking for. And I was happy with that when I got it done. They're really cute. The books are really cute. And I wanted to get it done really quick like so that I could get this show on the road. So I believe I decided to dry that. I don't know if I dried that a little bit and then decided to do the pages of the book. I wanted to not put it down. I just kept going with it. The center book is dry, so I can put my fingers on that and hold it. It's small enough to grasp. But I want to get them all dry as much as I can and then do the pages. And it'll be all done. Then we can later, and I do that toward the end, do the transfers. So now I've pulled my Dune, and which is a putrid off-white yellowy color, I call it. Putrid's not the right word, but it's just a dingy color, kind of. Dune, like sand dunes, I guess, is what I keep trying to remember when I'm looking at it. So I'm doing the pages with that, and I think that turned out really well. That was a good color, and they turned out to look really great. So this piece is coming along, and I'm thinking it won't take too long to do those pages and let it dry. And then I can work on some other pieces. And see, that's easy to do. It was just really easy. So now I have to do the side, the top and the bottom of the pages. And have that complete. And it does go pretty quick, actually. It didn't take that long. It dried pretty quick as well. I didn't water it down a lot. That paste was down toward that. There's not a lot left in the jar of that. I have a new jar of Dune to break out for my next project that I use it for. So, I'm painting away, and if you see the little mark on my arm, I had I think a couple of mosquito bites that I rubbed and got them irritated, of course. And so they have this, they stand out. I can just see them as I'm watching myself paint here. We're about done with that, and we can put that book over aside to dry and rest while I work on the rest of the accessories for the tiered tray. So I do seem to want to dry it, though, for some reason. But I was excited about it because I thought it looked really well. I was pleased with it. And I'm going to leave it like it is. I could have put another coat on all of it, but I decided I really like it. It's kind of a distressed look, and I like that. I didn't do any sanding on it. And you're going to see as I continue through that I totally forgot to wax, and I think that I forgot to fuzz a couple of times, a couple of my transfers. So I'm really lucky that I didn't pull paint up and ruin my transfers. So that was it. I decided that was complete, got it all done, and then I decided I may as well clean my little paint tray up. So I was doing that and waiting for that to finish drying a little bit, so that I could set it aside. And I think I sat it on top of a couple of paste jars out of the way. So, cleaning baby wipes. I use baby wipes to clean that little tray. And at least that way I know it's all done and I can stick it aside. And when I need it again, I don't have to worry about that I have dried paint in a tray that I've got to worry about trying to scrub out and clean. And I know they're Dollar Tree. They're from the Dollar Tree, but, why throw them away? They're great little items to use. So now I pulled the transfers, the tiered tray transfers, and I decided to do the little cutting board. That didn't go well the first time. I didn't wax it. I did fuzz that transfer though. I decided to put the pie on it. It did not go well the first time. I don't know why it didn't, because I fuzzed it and I shouldn't have needed to really wax that board. It was pretty smooth to start with. So I used Dune. I believe I was trying to decide what to use, and I used the Dune for the pie crust, and then I used the Ocean Mist for the pie pan. That did not come out well at all, and it didn't look real good. So as I finish it and I pull it up, I thought, we can't do that. It's just not right. It doesn't look right. And I did it quickly enough that it shouldn't have dried or anything in the screen, but it did not adhere well to the board like I thought it should. So as I pull it up, I'm going to see that I'm not pleased with it. And I put that back down really fast. There was 3 steam marks coming up from, like it's steam coming out of the pie crust, or the pie, the pie itself. And one of them didn't even show up. Well, of course, they don't show very well on this board. It was the wrong color to do that. So there it is. It didn't look good to me. I didn't like it. It doesn't look that bad, though, on as I'm viewing it now. But I did wind up going back and cleaning it off, flipping it over, and doing the other side. But I waited until I cleaned the transfer. And then I believe I pulled I don't know, the box frame maybe next, and did that in forest green because I wasn't happy with that little cutting board, but I set it aside. And rolling pin, I went with the rolling pin. So the rolling pin is really cute, and the transfers, they're made to go on these pieces, so they're sized for them. I just had to decide what I wanted to say on it, which one of the transfers I wanted to use. And I did that it says Autumn Vibes is what I did. And I did that in rust, the new rust color. And that turned out nice. It was easy. It went right on. I peeled the transfer right off, and it came out nice. So that one was done, and that was pretty quick. So I'm going to set it aside, and I will pull the box frame now. And the box frame, I'm going to use the color Forest, which is a deep green, and it's a really pretty color. I like that color. We had last year a shimmer spruce, which was kind of a green like that, but it had sparkles in it. So I dry it, and then I just sit it on the tray. And there's where I guess I decided. I took a baby wipe and I wiped that off, cleaned it off. Most every bit of it came off. A little bit of the ocean mist wanted to stay at the bottom, but it was off. So I did flip it, by the way, to the other side, and I waxed it. And I waxed the box frame because I thought maybe this is where I went wrong to start with. So I waxed, and I think that probably, maybe that did help. I'm not sure, but it's waxed. So I'm putting it on, and I'm thinking, please do right this time. So this time I used eucalyptus for the pie plate, and it was a little deeper. The ocean mist just didn't have enough color to it. So the eucalyptus came out pretty good, and I lifted that so that it didn't dry in the screen because it's such a small piece, and it went really fast. So now I'm going to do a little bit of a messy technique. I'm going to put a little bit of the yellow I used was not Bumblebee, but the Sunnyside, our Sunnyside, which is, I don't know if that color is retiring, but it's Sunnyside. It's a little lighter than the Bumblebee. So I put that, and then I mixed a little camel in that to kind of give it a little browned, like it was a little browned in the oven. It turned out okay. It was much better than the other one, I felt like. So that was all done. I cleaned those transfers and have them all ready to go back on their backer paper. And I don't remember what I was doing there, but one of the little steam sprigs that was going up did not transfer. So I just used a brush and put it on. And it's done. I put it aside to dry. There was one area on that rolling pin where there was a little bit of a bubble in the transfer. And I just put some white paste in between that letter. It might have been the V. So in between the V, there was a little bleed. And I just put a little bit of white paste there, which was the color of the rolling pin, white. And it turned out fine. You can't even tell that I did that, but you could see me doing it. So I'm cleaning up and putting things away so I can pull that little box frame out. And I tied a little piece of raffia around that cutting board. I cut it off because I was going to use it somewhere else. I didn't have anything set to do, but I just happened to have that on my desk. So I used it. And I was trying to decide what I wanted to put on the box frame. And I decided to put give thanks, maybe? I don't remember now. Well, I didn't hold it up very well for us to see, but I used the forest green to do that, and I think it's give thanks. And seems like I was having trouble. I had so many pastes there in front of me, I was floating in them. So that's the forest green, yes, really pretty color, and it's a beautiful texture of paste. It's just got a really nice, creamy, smooth texture. So that is getting done. I'm going to pull that, and that is all good, and it's ready to go. So the rolling pin is done, and the box frame is done. All we need to do now is put transfers on those books. They should be dry. And that was just, I had to choose. Oh, there, I decided to tie that raffia around that little board and base to give it a little pizzazz, and stuck it back up on the tray. And there again, that wagon was white. You're right. I did the wagon on the board and base in white, and I did orange pumpkins in it. So now we're going to do the books and finish up and have this thing all done, and we'll be saying goodnight for tonight. And it's Wednesday night, July 27th. And I apologize for coming to you late, and I did try to get this done today, but I had church tonight, and I had praise team practice, so I had to make amends for that. So there you go. I'm putting those things on, and so all we need are the books, and so here they are. So I'm going to put a saying on the front to that book. I was sanding a little spot there. I'm going to put a saying on the front of that book. I don't remember what I put. I think that it said, I think it said, it was the one that said pumpkin kisses and harvest wishes. And I did that in white. And then on the spine of it, I put the word pumpkins. And then on one of the spines, I put fall candles. And I think sweater weather on the other one. And then I also put leaves are falling, autumn is calling on the other side, on the other book. It was just really easy. They all came out beautiful. They came out really nice. I was really happy with them. So once I get those spines done, we're like, I'm fuzzing them on my shirt. And then that one I did, I probably did pumpkins because that was, yes, I'm showing you. So, and then, like I said, I did fall candles on one, and I don't remember if I did cozy blankets or not. I'm trying to see at my transfer which one I used, because I did not use all of them. Maybe sweater weather, I'm not sure. And I cleaned those so that they're all done and ready to go. I didn't have to worry about them later. Now, I'm fuzzing another one, and that one may be fall candles. That could be cozy blankets or sweater weather. I don't know. We're going to see in a minute, I hope. We're going to hold it up and see. I don't have the piece in front of me to tell you. It's in another room on display already. So we're pulling that transfer. Oh, I can. Sweater weather. Okay. So there, yes, I did fall candles and sweater weather. So that's done. And on the other side, I'm going to put the leaves are falling, autumn is calling. And that completes that piece, and it completes our tiered tray. And again, if you're interested and if you'd like to be on my team, I'd love to have you. And if you want to be in my club, that's easy to do. Just let me know, message me, and I can give you all the info you need. Thank you for watching. I love you all. I appreciate you supporting my small business. And I'm going to say right now, God bless and have a good rest of your evening. And we'll see you again tomorrow. Take care and watch me clean that. I didn't clean those. Okay. So now I'm going to hold the tiered tray up. So we're there, but I just want you to see it. I hold it up for you just a little bit. And I took a picture of me holding it up. There you go. So that's what it looks like. It is cute as a button. It is really cute. I am just tickled to death Bye-bye, y'all.